is Brandon Frank, and number 36 is Will Guerrero. Number 5 is Jalun Hassel. Number 20 Shane Hawk. Number 15 Noah Holkzinder. Number 1 is Hunter Kochish. He's the goalie today. And number 26 is David Larabi. And number 30 is Gilbert Lauritsen. Number 35 is Vittorio Loza.
Oh, you're running through the bench. You're trying to get everybody in.
Yeah.
Now we apologize for that, folks. We had a little mishap from our computer guy. I'll throw one to the bus. It's okay. I bought him 5 guys the other day, so he can accept that. So, if you missed it, South Kent 3-0-2 coming into this one. Seton Hall Prep 8-1. We'll get you the starting lineups in a moment. Yes, Kinder did a great job of saying the whole roster. But South Kent coming off a 1-1 draw against Loomis Chaffee. A good result considering Loomis is number 2, South Kent now number 5. Seton Hall Prep number 29 in a Fab 50, according to Top Drawer Soccer. South Kent, Rodrigo Quinteros on the ball. Alex Ajetti starting. He's up there with him, along with Jai Bean, Hassan Diaco, Bobby Dahl, Will Ponce, Joshua Bulma, J.R. Sabarski, Christian Dalton, Jalon Hassel, and, of course, Hunter Coaches in net. South Kent trying to find the 18 of Seton Hall as Ajetti's going to chase to the corner, and he's unable to get it. It'll be a goal kick. I will get you the Seton Hall roster right now. See number 12 on the pitcher, Seton Hall. Number 12, Rafael De La Torre, senior midfielder. On the ball right now, we have number 2, Bobby Smallman. I see number 6 out there, Joe Kearns. Up the pitch to number 10 and 7, respectively, are Aiden Dunphy and Lucas Ross. Centered. Seton Hall on the ball. That looks like Ross. Ross plays wide for De La Torre. And Bobby Dahl knocks it away to Ajetti. Ajetti trying to get a touch, cannot. Played back in by Kearns. And headed away by Hassan Diaco. Quinteros plays it near side for Ajetti. Ajetti switches the field nicely to Joshua Bulma. And Bulma plays the far side for Jalon Hassel. 15 across the pitch for Seton Hall Prep, Brandon Reel. Now Jai Bean, sophomore from Bermuda. Will Ponce. Expect this game to be a very hard-fought matchup. Last year, South Kent went down to Seton Hall and came away with escaped with a 2-1 victory. Remember the free kick that was inside the box for Seton Hall last year that Hunter let go into the net because it was an indirect kick, not a direct kick. Smartly by coaches. I'm not sure how many keepers would be aware of that situation in such clutch time. Brian Zimmerman on the ball gives it off to Ross. Zimmerman number 4. And now Prep back the other way. De La Torre takes the space and hands it off to Aiden Dunphy. And on the far side of the field, it goes out for a Seton Hall throw-in. Coaching in his 33rd year, Marty Berman for Seton Hall Prep. Assisted by David Schneider, Matt Berman, Matt Bonder, and Kevin Williams. And again, we're live from Father's Field, the first game on the home grass. We've been playing on the John and Sandy Farr Field for our home matches, but not today. Seton Hall trying to put some pressure on. As ball is cleared away nicely by Will Ponce. Smallman now has time. So on the season, Seton Hall has played 11 matches. They are
Yo,
they are 9
it was a holding short.
0 and 1, and yes, Christian Dalton very lucky to not get a foul called there, as that
Yeah,
was a held jersey. That could have been easily a
yeah,
yellow and possibly a penalty.
that was that could be a penalty. Yeah, it's lucky that referee. We are lucky that referee didn't see it.
Very lucky. The linesman and the referee. And what I've noticed today is the linesman on our near side is the same linesman that called the Jetty offsides where that would have tied Avon Old Farms in the Sportsman Classic Championship match. And we all know that was the incorrect call.
Yeah, that was very incorrect call.
However, dwelling in the past is never a good thing. As now number 3 for Prep, Jason Pereira. And now back to 12, Rafael De La Torre. Plays a deep ball. Coaches plays back. Great ball in.
Oh.
And
yeah, that was nice counterattack from the.
that was a wonderful ball in by De La Torre. But Ross tried to chip Coaches rather than tuck one away.
Yeah.
So a tough start for South Kent's back line, as it was very well could have been a penalty called on the tug jersey. And that opportunity right there, that was missed.
Yeah.
So he said Seton Hall is going to be a tough opponent, and a little less than 10 minutes in, they are very good.
They already had two counterattacks.
Very good opportunities, yes.
Bobby Doll got the ball and kicks it away. Yeah, the game looks like very intense.
Yes, and right out of the gate, Coach Finberg, since he's been at South Kent, I would know, I was here for his first year, he always preaches first 5, last 5 of every half. So it means have your head right and play hard for 90 minutes, but especially the first 5 minutes and the last 5 minutes of every half, because it's just the start and the end to everything.
Yeah.
One thing I did not mention in the last broadcast at Loomis Chafee was that on Alex Jetty's goal, that was his 40th goal as a Cardinal. He had 19 his sophomore year, he had 14 last year, and so far this year he has 7. And he missed a game. So that's a good milestone for Alex Jetty. 40 goals. Of course, last year Michael Susky for Loomis Chafee had 44 just in that one season. As Jai Bean falls over on the grass. The luscious grass of Father's Field.
Yeah, the grass looks pretty dope.
Always one of the better grass fields in New England. Of course, we were at the Loomis match last Sunday, and that grass was very choppy and very, very. You were there as well. It was very choppy and clumpy. Didn't allow for the ball to travel well. Jai Bean trying to find a jetty through, and we have gotten a little bit of rain recently, and it looks to be the field's a little slippery right now.
Yeah.
Ponce on the ball. Finds a small one to a jetty. A jetty to Jai Bean in the middle of the field. Has Joshua Bulma now. Bulma with pace. Bulma gets stood up. And back comes Seton Hall looking to counter. De La Torre. Trying to play one over the top. Sabarski is there. And JR's going to play one dangerously towards the middle of his own 18. Headed on, and Sabarski is going to cattle that one like sheep past the byline and goal kick. So Ajeti is the leader in goals for South Kent. He has 7 this year. Jai Bean has 3. And those are the 2 leaders for South Kent. Jalen Hassel has a goal. Joshua Bolma also has 3 goals. Brandon Frank and Caleb Bachman have 2 apiece. That was in the blowout to Trinity Pauling. So Bean and Bolma both have 3 goals apiece. And Ajeti with 7.
Yeah. Boma got the ball. Pass to Alex Ajedi.
Oh, what a move.
Oh.
So now, that was a great initial move there by Ajedi. But what you want to do if you're Alex, play that ball quickly right away once you get by the defender. He tried to go past another one, and that was too much.
There was a nice wall pass.
Great work by J.R. Sabarski to get on the end of that one rather than the attacker, Ross, for Seton Hall.
Santi is not playing, right? Yeah. You can see lots of pressure in the game.
Sabarski has the ball, looking to. Not a lot of time has been spent on the right side of the field. Jalen Hassel now has it. It would be the far side for us and you viewing at home. So Jai Bean hasn't knocked off his foot. Quinteros is there. Rodrigo plays Bean. Jai Bean trying to center and to nobody in particular. And ball played back to the keeper for Seton Hall Prep. I have not seen a number on the back of his jersey. Looks like number one. I have a number one on the roster. And that number one is Liam Bertrand, senior goalie out of Cranford, New Jersey. And that ball's going to go out of play, and Bobby Dahl will throw in.
Yeah, there is some injuries
It's
going
like
on.
De La Torre is a little cramp right there, and he's going to be asked to be subbed off.
The time stopped. They called for the medic. The coach assistant of South Kent.
So Seton Hall's trainer comes out onto the field. And De La Torre is going to come off. Hope it's nothing serious. Looks maybe just be a cramp. Coming onto the pitch. Looks like numbers 27, Salvito. And now looks like we're set to go, and Bobby Dahl will throw in for South Kent. And we're back in play to Christian Dalton.
Nice pass from the Christian. To Hassan. And back to... Bobby's dribbling. Pass to Alex. Oh, that was...
We are just over 16 minutes into this one. 0-0 our score. Seton Hall has had the better of the opportunities. And now ball trying to be played over the top to a jetty as Seton Hall will smother that one. That was Bertrand. Now, I say it almost every match when South Kent tries to go over the top. Their game is outside in, not over the top.
Yeah.
Occasionally they'll get one to go over the top, but Most of the goals come from the outside, pass centering it
Yeah.
that way. More of the L shape. Call it the capital L, not the lowercase L. As corny as that sounds. South Kent throw coming on the far side. Sabarski gets up to head it. And now this. Oh, wow. I'm as shocked as the Seton Hall Prep fans on that call. As looked like Sabarski tugged the jersey again. However, the foul goes against Ross, and it'll be a South Kent kick. Hassel finds Ponce. And Ponce back to Sabarski. Sabarski across the pitch to Dalton. Christian Dalton now finds Bobby Dahl. A ball that Dahl had to settle down. Not the best pass from Dalton. And now Dalton switches the field to Hassel. Hassel, a nice touch there. And now Hassel quickly trying to find Dry Bean off his chest as he gets shoved down. And Bertrand plays it now to Smallman. And now Prep has space and they'll take it. 26, Owen Stahl. Now Bobby Dahl finds Bulma. Sorry, that was just number 6, not 26. Joe Kearns.
Nice cross from Boma.
Hassel, great ball to Diaco.
That's a great opportunity.
Oh, Bulma. Bulma had perhaps too much time to let that one go, and that goes sailing over the crossbar. South Kent's first real good opportunity.
But here he should use his lefty. Is
He-
left?
he's good with both feet. Either way, that should have been on. I think that should have been on frame. But a good goal there from Bulma. Smallman. It's 15, Brandon Reel back to Smallman. And Seton Hall playing a little small ball right there as they find the ball at the pitch. Will Ponce bodies his man off the ball, and Diaco is on his feet. Diaco for Bulma. One touch to Bobby Dahl. And South Kent will reset. Back to Dalton. Dalton, ooh, good move there. Fakes out Ross. And back to Dahl. Dahl pressured. And right to Bulma. Brian Zimmerman, number 4, on the ball. Bulma plays back to Dalton. And now another switch of the field to Hassel. Hassel comes in and one time trying to find Diaco and played back away by Prep. Sabarski pushed in the back. And that's a good tackle there by Sabarski to make up for it. Sabarski a little shaky early on here as he's 2 jersey tugs, a foul called on him, and that time another shove that wasn't called. JR, one of the standouts on defense against Loomis Chafee. He was all over Michael Susky. Did not allow him much of any opportunity last Sunday. Speaking of Sunday, tomorrow I'll be on the road to the University of Scranton where South Kent will take on the Kiski School out of Pennsylvania at a neutral site match. They'd like to go into that match with a victory or a good result here. And ball is held in by Dahl. Bean heads it on, looking for Bulma. Ball back ahead, Quinteros. And ball chipped up in the air. And Bulma had the hands on the back of the Seton Hall player there, and we go back the other way. Joe Kearns.
I think this is the second fall whistle blow per the game. Uh, for this game is the second one.
Yeah, not many fouls being called. And see here, coach is saying away. Opportunity for Prep. And a block by Dalton. And Hunter Coach is there to scoop that one up. So Seton Hall, I would say Seton Hall has the majority of the possession here so far. As South Kent having a hard time getting out of their own third. Boma back for Dahl. Now Boma for Quinteros. Quinteros trying to turn, but had two Prep players right there. Nice back heel flip by Vito. And it'll go out for a South Kent throw. Thrown in, trying to flick on was Bean. Ball played back forward. Now Ross trying to get on the end of it. Dalton plays it back for Coaches. And Coaches hits that one away. Rodrigo is shoved in the back. It'll be a South Kent kick.
You gotta call in both ways.
The South Kent trying to play on back far side. Yep.
On the tripod. Lock this one. That unlock it. Yeah, No, unlock it. Now you can go easier up and down. Yeah, I know. Okay.
The Santi came checked in for
Looks like Giaco came out.
and Santi too.
Yeah, Santi's. He had a good match. He's had a very good match against Cheshire, and I know it's Cheshire. He had a very good last two matches against Cheshire and Loomis Chaffee. Santi coming into the season with a little injury, but playing very well of late. We're right on the 25-minute mark here of the first half unofficially. 0-0 our score here on Father's Field. Seton Hall with a majority of possession, but 0-0 our score. Keyshawn Bean onto the field as well. Jai Bean has it knocked away to Quinteros. Quinteros finds Jai in, and Seton Hall will sweep that one away. It'll be a South Kent throw. Looks like Will Ponce was checked out for South Kent. It was the other substitution. As Hassel trying to get in. Bonifaci gets knocked off the ball.
Watch the jersey 7 white. They're pulling it all day, sir. All day.
And now a foul on South Kent. And it'll be a Seton Hall Prep kick. Looks like it was a dangerous kick called by the referee. Of course, the Seton Hall fans that have made the trip are pleading for a jersey tug. A poor touch by Zimmerman and South Kent back the other way. Keyshawn Bean plays wide for Hassel. We have the three Burmese on the pitch right now. Hassel, Bean, and Bean. As this ball played, Bonifaci for Quinteros. And now settled back at the feet of Jalon Hassel, who's going to have a big switch of the field to Ajeti. To Boma now. Chance for South Kent. Boma trying to find Bean.
Oh.
And ball's tackled away nicely by Seton Hall, and it'll be a South Kent throw. being a little frustrated, maybe a little tired. He's played hard this first half, as he has had all season, being on the ball. Back for Dahl. And that one carelessly played in, and Prep's going to play that one back. Bulma now. And it's out of play. And Seton Hall throw. Throwing the ball in will be Owen Stahl.
Watch the jerseys. Black's pulling all game.
Stahl throws it in for Kearns. On the far side of the field, Alex Trestka. Sabarski again gets away with a little push.
You gotta call it both ways, Green.
Now Boma will come back as Ross has the ball on his feet. Ball being switched. Hassel heads it up to Bean. Keyshawn. Back for Hassel. Hassel for Sabarski. Sabarski to Ferdal. Bobby Dahl has a lot of space that he's going to take. As a Jetty has it now. A Jetty for Dry. Told to turn. Dry for Bulma. Bulma back to Dry Bean. Oh, Bean gets tripped up. No foul.
Yeah, the referee doesn't see that anything.
Wow. I'm well.
This
One
referee
can
stuff.
one can say it's a makeup call. Another one can say it's a missed call. Either way, we play on. So, yes, Kanjir, what's your take in the first half hour of this one? What's the strength and weaknesses of both sides, do you think?
The strengths.
Strengths, weaknesses. What do you see in the game going on right now?
Yeah, South Kent is playing pretty good, but like you can see the opponent's team is like putting a lot of pressure on South Kent. That's why the game getting too intense.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I don't see any weaknesses. Yeah, maybe they're like crosses and chips.
Yeah,
Through the defenders.
their services is very good for Seton Hall, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All their runs, all their crosses have been very on point. Now Bobby Dahl for a Jetty. A Jetty's going to go to the byline as usual. And poked out. And a corner kick for South Kent. And a substitute coming on. Two substitutions. Looks like Dylan Sock coming in. As well as Hassan Diako. Keyshawn Bean and Rodrigo Quinteros coming out. So Sock getting his first minutes. Bulma and a Jetty on the corner. Will they go short? Will they have Dahl sneak in? They have Dahl sneak in.
Yeah.
Dahl with a service. Hard service into the box. Chipped away. Bobby Dahl again. Now for Bulma. Bulma back heel for a Jetty. A Jetty takes it to the byline. A Jetty in the box. Centering. Oh, Keyshawn Bean whiffs on the shot. Good play set up there by South Kent as it was near success. Now Seton Hall looking to counter. Bonifaci on the ball. Santi now looking for space. Has Bulma wide. Bulma now. You can hear Santi telling Bulma for his play simple. A Jetty. Going to the byline. Fakes the centering. Cuts it back. Nice scissor move. A Jetty chips it in. And headed away nicely by the back line.
Santi got the ball.
Good hard low shot by Bonifaci is blocked. South Kent starting to really put the pressure on now.
Yeah.
Ooh. And that ball was chipped in by Hassel, and almost that would have gone in had it not been for the parry of the goalkeeper. Good timing there by Liam Bertrand, and South Kent will set up another corner. This is Alex Jetty, just a magician on the byline. And his feet are the magic wands.
But
And that one's going to go back post. Oh, and a missed opportunity.
just a little, just some inches.
A little high off the left foot of Christian Dalton. Good crowd on hand today. For both sides. South Kent kitchen staff, always fans of South Kent football. Having a look, having a watch today. Jose and Angel. And now Sabarski gets played to the far side. Now Vito plays it up for Ross. Dalton away, gets tackled, and it'll be a foul on Ross. Jetty wants the ball to be played quickly. But Santi was right. He was saying, play simple, play simple.
He said that.
When he gives the ball to Bulma, last time down he said, play simple. If you try to do too much,
Yeah.
sometimes it doesn't work all the time. Bobby Dahl now on the ball. Up for Bulma. Bulma. Santi. Switch to the field to Sabarski. Good switch by Santi, and Sabarski has space. Now Hassel. Jalon. Centering, and was a low center, and Prep has it now. Santi harassing the Seton Hall player, and big man coming up for Seton Hall is going to be called out of bounds. It's like one of the big back linemen there for Seton Hall. Looks like a 19 that I see on the back of that jersey. That would be Patrick Williams. But I could be wrong. He's listed as a forward. Sabarski back to this near side, or far side. Hassel on the ball. Hassel looking for Santi. Turned over. And poked back by Santi to Sabarski. Christian Dalton. Dahl for Dalton. Dalton for Bonifaci. Misses the touch. And Seton Hall plays it back to Vito. Good turn by Dylan Sock. And Bulma. Bulma takes a turn. Oh, what a ball through to Keyshawn Bean. Keyshawn trying to one more pass to Diaco, and it's going to go out for a South Kent corner. Hey, I tell you what, if I get into that box and I'm Keyshawn Bean, I have a rip at net.
You would?
Shoot at goal, absolutely. Get as many shots as you can.
Yeah, but there were like two options: to give a pass or to shoot. He chose to give.
Yes, he chose to pass that time. So you would have passed, I would have shot.
Yeah.
Hey, that makes you and I different. Not a bad thing. But in a game that you know that could end up being 1-0, as that ball swung into the box, caught there by Bertrand.
Yeah. Right now, South Kent needs to lead. Like they need a goal right now.
Yes, I would agree. They need a goal. In the worst way. In the last 2 matches, they've only scored 2 goals. So, call it un-South Kent-like over the last couple of years. Last year, they scored 71 goals. The year before that, they scored 80.
Ooh. That's a good statistics.
This year, they've scored, let's see, they've had 5 matches. 13, 4, 3.
Oh, Hassan got back.
Chance here for another. 13, 4, and 3 is 20. 22 goals in 5 matches. Yes, statistically that's great. 4 goals per match. But it's still unlike South Kent. Because one of those matches was 13-0. And that was just a bad team. So Jetty now on the far side as Keyshawn Bean and Jetty have switched. Sock feints. Good work by Sock trying to feel out the defense. Jetty. Too much forward and backwards by Jetty. Not enough holding the ball. Good play by Dalton.
That's what I was talking about, like their crossover.
Yeah. That was another great cross.
Yeah.
And that's how Seton Hall's been exposing the back line of South Kent. Because South Kent, they're playing 3 in the back. Now it looks like the 4th is tucked in. But with 3 in the back, you have a much easier opportunity to cross and be successful.
Yeah.
South Kent throw coming up. Ball thrown in. Now South Kent just have to find an easier way to get the balls to the front. And that was a attempted flick on by Diaco. It's going to go out for goal kick. All we see right now is a Jetty getting the ball, flying down the left side, or either way. The ball's not getting forward easy enough.
Yeah. The defense is pretty tough.
Yes. And yeah, you have to wonder the health of a couple of the starters. Now, Will Ponce's been out for a decent amount of time. He's one of the better midfielders. Of course, you want to get all your guys time in, but you also want to have your better 11 out versus a very strong opponent.
Yeah, like this. This match is pretty.
Distribution was one of the is the key to football.
Yeah. Oh.
And that was a foul all day. Hassan, you could hear the smack from up here.
True.
As it'll go out for a South Kent throw.
Oh.
And that time has
Yeah.
that was a foul on De La Torre, not Diaco. That's a little surprising if you ask me.
What?
Yeah, that's my thought exactly. I thought for sure that was going to be a foul on Hassan.
Yeah.
But De La Torre gets called. But it's good to see him back on the field as you saw him walk off earlier with the cramp in his leg.
Yeah. The referee looks pretty young.
Oh, wait, so it was a foul on Hassan. The referee just doesn't know which way to point.
Black's been getting away with it all day, Green.
So, referee realized which side of the field he was pointing to, and now we have a Seton Hall kick.
Watch the jersey polls. Black's been doing it all day.
And we have about 20 more referees on the sideline trying to get a call. As ball's played, referee wanted to wait for the whistle before the kick was made. So we'll have to wait a few more seconds. As Zimmerman was anxious. Zimmerman install. Zimmerman's going to take the kick. As now the runs will have to be recycled. Ball played in and finally whistled for a corner kick for Seton Hall.
Yeah, but the side referee didn't say anything.
The side referee's flag never went up,
Yeah.
which means it maybe didn't go out or you didn't see it. So it was up to the main middle official to
make a decision.
make the call. Yes.
Yeah.
Ball sent in and cleared away by Sabarski. Tripped up is a Jetty.
Foul, good foul, good foul.
Yeah, the game is.
And now it's getting a little aggressive here as Stahl's going to get called.
They injured the best player of South Kent.
And I don't think any foul where you attempt to injure the legs of a player is a good foul, but if you hear that at home, it's not us. Jalen Hassel. And at the end of the day, this is a high school soccer match.
Yeah.
Dalton plays Dahl now on the near side. Sock battling. Not trying to do too much. Turns it over. Ross played through. Ross in. Good work by Sabarski. Beautiful tackle by Sabarski. Now Ross on the ball. Plays back to 5. Centered. And Sabarski again. And Bonifaci clears.
Yeah, Sibarski is pretty aggressive today.
Yeah, Sabarski's all over the pitch today. Sometimes too aggressive at times, but you love the effort by JR. And now a foul on South Kent again. Another kick for Seton Hall.
That's a pretty close distance. Like
we're
20 yards? 30 yards?
About 30 yards, yep. Over the ball now is 23, Alex Treska. We have two men. Treska plays short. And a good tackle by Keyshawn Bean. Plays it up the side. I don't think it's going to go out. Ajeti gets to it. Pokes it back for Sock. Sock trying to find Bulma. Great run there by Joshua Bulma. And Ajeti off of Kearns as it gets a little chilly here on the hillside.
Yeah, the weather changes so fast.
Yes. Ball headed back. Bonifaci. Now Jalon Hassel. Both sides have had opportunities.
Yeah.
However, the better opportunities have come from Seton Hall. South Kent have had their fair share as well. Sock, ball up in the air. Second ball won by Prep. And now Bonifaci comes through. And as we jostle back and forth, ball played over the top. Coaches calls for it. And coaches will have it and distribute right to Dahl. Dahl has space.
Dahl to Hassan.
Great move by Hassan there. As it looks like a 9-iron was just taken into the turf.
Yeah, that pass from Hassan should be a little bit harder. And
Yeah, a little harder.
Yeah, a little harder.
But Hassan did a great move there. As now you can see the turf is all torn up right there where Hassan made that move. And another slip and fall by Hassan. And that ball back by Bonifaci, not his best. Now Bulma, great back heel flip. Sock trying to hold it in. And does.
Where's the right wing back?
And Hassel can't keep it in. Seton Hall has done a very good job of keeping their shape today. Not allowing much for South Kent to get through. Seton Hall Prep looked like they're getting ready for a big throw into the box here. Thrown in. Headed away by Keyshawn Bean. Back in. And a bike attempt. Headed on net. Coaches is there. That was an ambitious bike attempt. It would have been would have looked nice had it gone in. Thankfully, it did not for South Kent.
Yeah, thankfully.
So Coaches has it now on his feet. And he'll play this one away. Up the pitch for Keyshawn Bean. Prep heads it on. And Prep back down the left side of the pitch. Center for Dumphy. Sock is there to knock that one away. And Bulma's going to look to use pace. Bulma's by the defender. Bulma, Diaco, Ajeti, Diaco gets it taken away, but wins it back. Good work by Joe Kearns.
Yeah, there is another cross to the front to striker.
JR is trying to get back. Ross. An attempt here. Shot by De La Torre goes off the post. That was not De La Torre. That was 25. William Monroy. As that one, coaches thought that was going wide. It rang off the post. Lucky for South Kent. One can say Hunter knew the post was there, but I wouldn't have let it get that close.
Yeah.
Hunter sends a hard pass to Dahl. Looking back at the results from Seton Hall's last matches, Seton Hall unbeaten in their last 9 matches. 8 wins and 1 tie. Sock trying to play a little one through. A little too cute there. And ball is knocked away by Kearns to Ross.
Is Santi trying to chase?
Good work by Ross, and Bonifaci takes it. Gets tugged at by Ross. And Bonifaci finds Dahl. A lot of space now for Dahl. Dahl with a jetty. A jetty finds Sock in the middle. Sock to Bulma. Bulma cuts it back. Now looking for Hassel. Hassel running the far side. Jalon. Jalon now is triple teamed. Finds the center, but nobody's there. Now Bobby Dahl. Will he have a go at it? Nope. A jetty. Bertrand asking to contain. Oh, nobody in the back post. A beautiful ball played in by a jetty. Nobody on the back post.
There should be at least one.
At least one. Hassan was making a run, but it was inside the back post. Had it been outside, you had a chance. Sock plays the 12th man on the field, the referee for Seton Hall.
There is nice tiki-taka.
Yes.
Tiki-taka was going on.
There's good 1-2 passing there. Bonifaci on the back heel. Now another prep player is down on the pitch. And advantage not played for South Kent. The referee calls for the trainer right away, as always want to take care of the players' health. See if I see a 3 on the back of the jersey, but I believe there's another number in front of that.
Yeah, I think he broke his nose.
Hard to tell from here. We're far away from the action.
He's holding his nose.
Let's see. I don't think we'll be able to tell from this angle, but you did hear a lot of contact.
Yeah.
But the way he's holding his nose, you never know. Could be just a bloody nose.
Yeah,
That has to get taken care of. Hopefully that's all it is and not a broken nose. Never want to see a player go down with that kind of an injury. That's 23, Alex Treska. As we should be nearing halftime, 0-0 here on Father's Field. On what was started out as a beautiful day is now turned into a chilly afternoon. So it looks like it's going to be a drop ball where the whistle, that was the ball was when the referee blew his whistle. It'll be a drop ball. And as South Kent had possession, you'd think Seton Hall would knock it back to the Cardinals. Oh, we'll see what happens right about now. And ball is played to South Kent, or the ball's dropped, and South Kent plays it back to Seton Hall. So good sportsmanship showed by the Cardinals. And Seton Hall plays on. Diaco gets the misplay. Diaco has Sock in the middle of the field. Now Bonifaci. The switch to Hassel. Keyshawn Bean for Hassel. Prep back the other way. It's now Sabarski's feet.
Sabarski to Dole. Dole, nice chest move. Back to Jace.
Now Jetty's been a little bit of a one-trick pony. Gets cornered. He doesn't know where to go. And it's going to go out for a South Kent throw. They took away Jetty's one move, and he quite frankly didn't know what to do with it. Good back heel by Dahl as a Jetty just watching the ball. Oh, he was offsides. He would have been called offside. Smart by a Jetty not to play that one. Now Sock. Well, then you tell a Jetty, well, get onside. Don't walk. Throw in now for Smallman. Good battle there by Prep and South Kent. A jetty now from Dahl. Trying to find the middle of the field. Bulma battling with Bean, Keyshawn, and Jason Pereira knocks it away. And at long last come the halftime whistles. 0-0 our score here on Father's Field. Anthony Camardi and
Iskander Doran.
Yeskinder Durin. We'll be back for the second half in about 10. Thanks for watching and stay tuned. We got a good one. And we're back for the second half. Seton Hall Prep versus South Kent, 0-0 at the half. Seton Hall have had their opportunities. South Kent have had their opportunities. Calls have gone both for and against each team. And we have John Moon
Hello, John Moon.
to my left here, as Yes Kandir is now on the computer, giving John Moon a chance. John Moon, how are we?
I'm doing great.
Now, John Moon, we'd like to introduce all our new commentators. Of course, we know Yes Kandir from Kazakhstan. Yourself?
Korea.
South Korea. So, onto the pitch right now. We have most of the starters from the first half. Keyshawn Bean getting the start in the second half, as well as Yujin Che.
Shoot.
And
That's
that
good.
one is saved by coaches. Sorry about that. The camera lift was a little too high. The house was getting in the way. We apologize. Should be good to go now, as Bolmo plays the jetty on the far side. Bobby Dahl on the far side of the field for a jetty. A jetty. Boma. The back line of Seton Hall has been very, very steady. Not allowing South Kent much of anything. Hassel now. Big change by Sabarski. Now Dahl. Boma. Finds a jetty. And a jetty, see what he does here. A jetty plays the ball across. And Bean not able to get there as Bertrand is. And Bertrand will play the ball away. He distributes near side. As Stahl plays up for Kearns. Now Zimmerman. And a Seton Hall throw. And in now is Ross. Ross looking to get a strike on net. Shot saved by Coaches. And ball is in the 18 where Quinteros takes it away. Coaches there for the point blank stop from Ross, who's been all over the South Kent defense today.
Wow, that's a good save.
Yes,
Impressive.
and one of many that Coaches has made over his South Kent career, including the one at the end of regulation against Loomis that, quite frankly, saved their hopes for a national championship. A loss against Loomis would have all but ended that hope. Ball played down. Shot blocked by Sabarski. Now Zimmerman trying to play it in. Headed away by Dalton. Now a jetty looking to counter. And unable to keep it in. It'll be Seton Hall throw. Zimmerman plays back. Getting out of play for South Kent throw. And ball played. Ross wins that header, but Dalton is there. Dalton plays Hassel. Hassel has Ross on him. Hassel's trying to use pace. Hassel tripped up De La Torre, but he holds on to it. Dalton going for the ball. Lucky he did not get the player. That could have been a yellow card as he had studs up.
Yeah.
Hassel will throw in. Hassel throws in deep. Keyshawn Bean finds Che. Eugen to Boma. Boma flying to play the ball through. And Seton Hall certainly do remember Jetty from last year. They pretty much bottled him up today as much as they could. Bean. Jai Bean trying to find Boma in.
Shoot.
Shot and a save
Wow.
by Bertrand. And you could see all the grass popping up on the field here. As it has rained a decent amount, and the grass obviously is still very, very slick.
Also, players playing really aggressive today.
Yes. Che's after it. Good tackle by Eugen. Ball thrown in deep. And Stahl was a little too far ahead of where it should have been. As Stahl will throw it in from back by the side ref. Flicked onto the middle of the field. Sabarski's going to try to get there with Ross. Ross gets tugged down again. And no call. Ajeti chases. South Kent looks to counter. Ajeti's got to play the ball quickly. And again, gets double teamed and taken away. Ajeti has to play that ball one time. He had 3 Cardinals coming in as Jai Bean's shaken up. As the turf is very slick. And again, Jai Bean, an ankle, is down. And referee didn't see Bean down on the pitch, but the side judge did. So Bean will get 10-2 as he dug up a bunch of turf and looks like his ankle gave way. Not good news for South Kent as Jai Bean, one of their leading goal scorers this year. Bonifaci warming up quickly on the far side. Seton Hall Prep. So once the ball is played back in, should be thrown into South Kent, as sportsmanship would call for it. But Bean is making his way off on his own strength, which is a good sign, but very slowly. So thrown in, and ball be knocked back to South Kent, and we'll regroup and we'll start again on coaches on the touch from coaches. And now here we go. Dalton for Sabarski. Full switch of the field. One player we have not yet seen today is Luke Matisic. Dahl. Che. Quinteros. Boma. Boma to Che. Eugen has Jalon. But Eugen trying to go forward. You heard Jalon calling for it. Jalon was right in that case. Keyshawn Bean did not have much ahead of him. Eugen tried to fit a football. That's a bad analogy. Hey, try to fit a football through a needle. Smallman up the pitch for Prep. And Eugen Che's going to get called for that one. And Prep plays it to the near side for De La Torre. Handball, not called. Back heel flip. Good takeaway by Keyshawn Bean. Now to the sideline, Keyshawn trying to find Diaco. Had Hassel though. Jalen Hassel flicked on by Che. Taken by Zimmerman for Prep. De La Torre. Kearns trying to play it over the top. Chasing, now it's 11. And that goes off of Prep. That's going to be a goal kick. Good effort there by Christian Dalton. A great tackle. And the Sun decides to poke his head through. Skylar Storms is number 11 for Seton Hall. As coaches will pound this one down the field. Off the back of Bean to Che. Eugen to Bean. Good move there by Keyshawn Bean. And a shot, save
Good save.
by Bertrand. A good effort there by Keyshawn Bean. A strong left foot. South Canton look to play quickly. A Jetty holds. As coming on now, Sobarski. Will Ponce's another one we haven't seen yet in a little while. Boma plays into the box. Back post, nobody there on the back post run. Still in Sobarski. And a goal kick. Sobarski not happy, but it's the right call. South Kent have got to tighten up their back post runs. Make it a more of a rounded run rather than straight at the post. A rounded run, that's a goal. Twice now it's happened that I can recall. Stahl plays it over. Far side. Smallman. And Bulma sweeps that one away. Takes a nice turn. Bulma toying with the players. And a switch. Hassel is not there. He says, I apologize. Raises the hand. Looking like a good ball. De La Torre trying to go right away. Hassel's there. Hassel off of Prep. It's going to be a South Kent throw. Good work there by Jalon. Ball thrown in to Rodrigo Quinteros. Now Boma. Boma to a Jetty. A Jetty plays it back for Dahl. Quinteros. Back for Dahl. Now Boma. South Kent keeping it on the left side of the field. Dahl gets around the defender. Trying to find a centering pass. And ball's cleared away. Quinteros heads it forward. Now Boma. Dahl for a Jetty. A Jetty can't handle it. It goes out of play for a Seton Hall throw. A Jetty holds in. Battling, and Seton Hall gets called for the foul via South Kent kick. Ball played in. A Jetty. Dahl. Bulma now. Forward. Diaco can't quite get it. Smallman plays it away. Played back in by Sabarski. Ball's up in the air. Flick back. Dalton. Dalton over for Keyshawn Bean. Keyshawn. Played up Eugen Shea. Spin, trying a spin. Hassel, good back heel. Being headed right back in. Zimmerman on his feet. Zimmerman chunks it. Bulma can't quite get there. And Smallman plays it away. Looking for Ross over the top. Dalton off of Ross. Sabarski's going to chase it down. And Ross is going to get called to the shoulder.
Black's pushing all day. You call that crap?
So coaches will kick this one away. Still 0-0 here at Father's Field. Sabarski. Coaches a great ball to the sideline for Hassel. Taken down nicely. Jalen has space. Hassel holds it up. Now Dalton. Dalton a long twitch. Now Dahl. Diaco, a heavy touch, a poor one at that. Christian chests it ahead. Good tuck by Quinteros. Bulma. Outside of the foot to Ajeti. Ajeti had it, lost it. Kept in. Bulma. Bulma going back post. Oh, just over the net. A shot on net by Bulma. Nearly gets over the head of Bertrand. And still 0-0 we stand. Now, draws are not uncommon for South Kent this year. They drew Avon 3-3. They drew Loomis 1-1. And all 4 of their preseason games were draws. 3-3 against Taft, 1-1 against Beachside, 1-1 against Oakwood, and 0-0 against Northwood. Right now, 0-0 against Seton Hall. Ball poked out by Prep, and it'll be South Kent throw. And another header. Another South Kent throw. Now Jetty. Plays it over with his left foot to Quinteros. Sorry, that's Che. Now Sock onto the pitch. Back for Che. Dahl. Ajeti. Back for Dahl. Good work by Ajeti, not to recognize that the defender stays with him. Che, a long switch to Hassel.
Foul. Oh.
Now, I'm going to have to agree with that one. That looked really bad.
It was.
But it was all ball.
Right.
You got the player after the ball.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I want to say it's the right call. I could be wrong. I'm not an official. But I think it was just the way he went down is what drew the call.
Right.
Because he was kind of out of control
Mm-hmm.
on the spin move. A jetty over it. Sends it in hard low. Oh, deflected. The ball's bouncing around the box like a pinball. And not one of them got through. Now Quinteros. Far side, Sock. Sock, Quinteros. Now Eugen. Che pokes it on for a jetty. A jetty. A shot on net. Oh, just goes begging wide. Goal kick, Seton Hall.
That's so close.
Last 5 minutes, South Kent have been pouring it on. They found a weakness to this, seemingly a weakness to the Seton Hall back line.
Right.
Watch the pressure.
Now Prep's going to move up the field. Good step by Sabarski. Now a jetty. Sabarski with a long run. Sock. Coach Finberg asking for Jalon to join the party, but Jalon refused. Bobby Dahl. Sabarski plays back post for Bean. Headed up in the air by De La Torre. Sock. And pounded away by Smallman. Bean, or actually Jalen Hassel. Nice spin. And he all the way back to Coaches. Coaches up the pitch. Now Keyshawn Bean flicks it on. Played back away. Dalton. Out of play. South Kent throw.
Dalton's kick. Tree.
Now, I can hear a little back and forth between Stahl and the side judge, and if he's not careful, he might find himself a yellow. So Bobby Dahl is going to throw in for South Kent. Diaco for Dahl. Back for Diaco. Sock opens up. Sock, a nice change for Hassel joining the rush. Hassel around De La Torre, and ball's going to be played out. It'll be a South Kent throw now on this side of the field. Bean throws into Hassel, or back to Bean, who trips and falls on the turf again. A jetty. Trying to get to the byline. Does. Plays it in. Nobody on the back side. Hassel. At a poor crossing attempt by Hassel. But again, how many times has there been somebody not on the back post run?
A lot.
Multiple times today.
Right. Missed a lot of goals today.
All we need is one.
Right.
Sabarski now. Keyshawn Bean. Dylan Sock now in. Sock being defended well by Zimmerman and taken away. Back the other way. Dumphy plays it ahead. Good stand-up by Dalton. And, interesting. I don't know. Johnny Moon is speechless. I can't quite make out what that call was. And the foul was made about 10 yards ahead of where the ball is.
Right.
But at this point, I'm not going to question anything that the referee does, because everything is. And Hassel plays that one smartly away. And we'll have a Seton Hall throw in, as Seton Hall has found themselves in the South Kent third for one of the few times in the second half. It's been mostly South Kent, as De La Torre is checking out for Seton Hall. Kearns will throw in for Prep. Headed away by Bean. Now Eugen Shea has a jetty. A jetty using pace. You can hear Bertrand yelling out, "Just contain. Just contain." And they've done a good job of that today. Bonifaci finds Hassel. Hassel has Bean. And again, over the top. He had Bean wide on the right side. And that South Kent's game is outside in. Bonifaci now. Will it be Bonifaci or Hassel to throw in? Santi will take it. And Dalton's on his feet. Dalton, a long change of the field to Quinteros. Quinteros for Dahl. Now Diaco. Played out by Seton Hall and a South Kent. Corner kick here for Ajeti. Ball sent in, back post. That time Rodrigo was there. And a goal kick for Prep. Sub coming on. Looks like De La Torre. Going to be checking in for Dumphy. Now Kearns for Stahl. Zimmerman. Good tackle by Quinteros. Quinteros gets shoved off. Plays Keyshawn Bean. Keyshawn Bean poked out. South Kent throw deep in the third of Seton Hall. Sub coming on. I hear Ajeti's name being called. And Ajeti's going to come off for a spell. As looks like Dylan Sock checking in. Bulma also off at the moment. Two more subs getting set to come in for South Kent on the far side. One of them looks like Will Ponce. Ball in the box. Zimmerman chips it out. And Santi wins it back. Bonifaci for Dahl. Dahl for Bonifaci. Good back and forth there by Bonifaci and Zimmerman. A good battle. Sabarski wins that one, and a foul on Sabarski as Ross finally gets one called. Has Coach Finberg has words for the referee. As I'm sure Coach Finberg has just been spoken to by the referee, and he is. As the lines judge is coming onto the pitch now. As he sees something while Coach Finberg is talking with the main ref. Battling in the box. Seton Hall will send it in now. And head it out. And a goal kick for South Kent. As we're now into the 75th minute here on the hillside. Sean Mulvihill checks into the game. Mulvihill and Will Ponce. Bobby Dahl. Finds Ponce. Ponce. Quinteros. Quinteros for Mulvihill. Mulvihill one time to Hassel. Hassel, Quinteros. Oh, he has Ajeti in the middle. Ajeti back onto the pitch. Now Santi opens up. Far side for Dalton. Actually, that's Dahl. Sock back for Bonifaci. Santi. Near side. Hassel leaves it for Mulvihill. Mulvihill looking for options. Ajeti poked away. And ball played out by Seton Hall. Looks like Mulvihill could have taken a little more space. Hassel now on the throw. Final 15. 0-0. Headed away. Bonifaci getting harassed. No call. But he's consistent with that. No call. Trying to find Ross. Sabarski's going to chase it down. Sabarski and Ross. And out of play, it'd be a South Kent throw. Quickly to Dahl. How much gas does Lucas Ross have left in the tank? He's given it all today. He's played really well. Sock trying to find a Jetty 1-2. Nearly got it through. Throw in for South Kent. Thrown into Bonifaci. Bonifaci finds it wide for Dahl. Back for Ponce. Now Santi. Trying to find an overlap for Mulvihill. Couldn't quite get it there. Now Dahl, as South Kent seems to be locked into Seton Hall's third. Dahl for a Jetty. Here Coach Finberg saying we need runs behind. He's right. Dahl looking for a Jetty. Pounded away by Prep. And Sabarski right into the back of Ross, as Ross is now down in the pitch with an injury. Wow, that's a really late call. I agree with Hassel. If you're going to call the foul when it happens. And Coach Finberg has been shown yellow. Oh, the fans can't get shown yellow, but the coach can, and he has been. I mean, that was a foul.
It was. Definitely.
But call it 10 seconds before when it happens.
There's something wrong with referee today. Like he missed a lot of calls and.
Now, should this amount to more intensity, Coach Finberg has to be careful not to get another one.
Right.
Then he'll miss the next game, which is tomorrow. Throw in for South Kent. Hassel throws in. Quinteros finds Mulvihill. Chipped ahead. Sean heads it forward for Ajeti. Good run by Mulvihill. Ajeti plays Mulvihill. Sean plays it in. Oh. Sean trying to play the back post run of Steele and Sock, and he just off his foot goes out of play for a goal kick. And Mulvihill's installed a little bit of life onto this right side with his pace. Now Vito plays it forward, taken, and played back forward to Ajeti, poked away. Now Quinteros. Ponce asking for it. Ponce not getting it. Hassel's calling for it. Hassel gets it. Jalon. Jalon takes space. Jalon looking, I think he was going for goal. Quinteros over the defender and trips himself up and pounded away. She flicked on. Sabarski off the outside. Great work there by Sabarski. Pretty much man-marking Ross this game. Bonifaci, good work. Plays it back for Dalton. Dalton for Dahl. Santi calls for it and gets it. Santi trying to distribute. Now, this is the lineup for South Kent that has given them the most success today. Granted, Bulma's not in the field right now, but Ponce and Santi. Ponce shoots it just wide. Will Ponce just barely missed a goal right there as South Kent provided some pressure. Back to what I was saying. Minus Bulma, with Santi and Ponce in the middle of the field, that's when South Kent's had their best success getting forward.
Right.
As Diaco and Bulma come back on, along with Keyshawn Bean, as Sock and Bonifaci and Mulvihill come back off. As the sun has come back out here on Father's Field. A throw in for Prep, and they're deep in their own end. Probably about 10 minutes to go here. 0-0. Thrown in. Off of the leg of Hassel, and a throw in for Prep. Hassel giving up a lot of size. Flicked on. Bulma on his feet. Josh Bulma to Keyshawn Bean. Jai Bean left with that injury, of course. Now Bulma rolls it ahead. Finds Hassel just out of his way in a Seton Hall throw. Bulma takes a touch and finds Quinteros right away. Quinteros has Dahl joining it. Now a Jetty on the far side. Dahl. Ponce. Will Ponce has Hassel. Changes the field to Hassel. Hassel has Bean with him. Jalon trying to get outside. Back inside. Bean. Back post. Headed on. Net by Diaco and a save by Bertrand. Not a whole lot on that header, but hey, it was on net. Bertrand rolls one out. Now Dunphy plays it. See if they re-switch the field. Good ball. Hassel pounds it down the pitch. Out of danger. Ball headed down. Quinteros gets ahead to Diaco. Bulma looking for a Jetty. A lofted ball. And Bertrand goes up to get it. That ball just had a little too much float on it. A little too much in the air. Ballooned on him. Now ball played in the Ross. Dalton stands him up. Ball back to Coaches. Coaches scoops and distributes. Now Hassel takes space. Ponce. Quickly over to Dahl. Dahl for a Jetty. A Jetty. Now Quinteros. Now Ponce. Ponce for Hassel. Hassel for Bulma. Keyshawn. Keyshawn being middle of the pitch. Diaco. One time for Bulma. Can't quite get it. South Kent throw. Thrown in. Keyshawn Bean. Jalon. Back for Bean. Turned over. Another South Kent throw. 84th minute now.
What do you think about the game so far, Camardi?
This game is getting very tense, if it hasn't been already.
Agree.
Obviously, should there be a goal, then the one goal will decide this one.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, South Kent has spent most of the second half in the Seton Hall end. But it's always one counter away. And Lucas Ross is a very talented up top for Seton Hall. Referee had to be sidestepped by Ponce. Of course, officiating is a thankless job. A Jetty now finally able to use pace. And out of play and a Seton Hall throw. Couple of subs coming on for Prep. Trying to get some fresh legs for the last five. And ball out of play. Seton Hall throw. And now ball touched ahead. Seton Hall a chance. Good work by Dahl to knock it out. Now a draw here is not a bad result against a Fab 50 team. But you'd like a win. Ball thrown in. Finds its way into the box. And it's going to go off of South Kent. And a corner kick now for Seton Hall. In the final 5 minutes, defending needs to be on point. Defending must be on point. Seton Hall does have some size getting into the box. Ball in short. Knocked away by Ponce. Kept there. And pounded away by South Kent. Played back to Bertrand. Bertrand sends it ahead. Bean up in the air. Second ball. Kearns had it. Now Dahl battling. Quinteros knocked away. Here comes Dunphy. Switches the field. Good feint there. Ball knocked down by Dahl. And Ponce distributes to Bulma. Bulma trying to do a little cheeky move there. Not able to get past Alex Tretska, who's back on the field. So no broken nose for Tretska. Probably just a little bloody nose. Thrown into the box by Prep. Settled. And Kearns misplays that one. And Zimmerman holds it. Off of Dahl, another throw for Seton Hall. Ball thrown in. Chested up in the air. Coaches goes up to get it. And Ross knocked him. Coach is looking for a deep throw. Bowman had his back to him. Now distribution to Dahl. Dahl ahead. Now Quinteros. Hassel calling for it, not getting it. He had Hassel on the right side of the field's worked for South Kent. I don't know why they keep going back to the left side. Jalon's been screaming his you-know-what off, and he's not getting the ball. You have to keep the ball on both sides of the field. Can't be one side. And the first effort, no foul, but the little extra given to Lucas Ross was called, and now Seton Hall have a throw, or excuse me, a kick. But the calls by Hassel have to be obliged. He's got nothing but space on the right side of the field. Let's see what we have here. Ball played into the box. And it'll go out of bounds. Goal kick for South Kent. And a sub coming on. Looks like Dylan Sock is going to check in for Is that sock? Yeah, that's sock for Quinteros. Coaches plays it far side. Sabarski to Dahl. And the kick for South Kent. Sabarski for Ponce. Back for Dalton. Need a switch. Finds Hassel. Hassel plays down the right side looking for Bulma. Headed on to the middle of the field. Dunphy. Dunphy looking for a counter. Chipped ahead. Hassel's going to have to win this race. Chugging after 11 and White. Not going to get there. Hassel ahead for Bean. Keyshawn Bean tripped up. That's pretty egregious, but no, not card worthy. And we play on. Ponce for Dahl. Dahl has a lot of space. Dunphy chases. Dahl for a jetty. A jetty looking to do up the defender. A jetty. Off of the defender. It'd be a corner kick. Bulma and a jetty going to the ball. Corner kick for South Kent as we get to the waning minutes. Waning seconds. We're in stoppage time. Up to the referee now. Bulma plays it in. Back post run. Headed back in. And through. Christian Dalton smartly headed it back across. Nobody there. And that might be the last opportunity for either team. What an opportunity it was. That had to be capitalized on. And referee says that's enough. 0-0 draw between Seton Hall and South Kent. Well, South Kent will look to get back on the winning side of things tomorrow at the University of Scranton against Kiski. I'm Anthony Camardi with John Moon, Yeskin Deer Durin, and Leo Lynn. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great, safe weekend. We'll see you tomorrow.